they're trying to achieve?
I think they have to get a game, right? Because it's going to matter when you Swiss round two. Well, they need to, just because that's all that matters. Okay, we score 3 or 4 goals against G2, but if we get 3-0'd, we're still the bottom seed going into round 2. And they're really looking at that round 3. They want to get a good round 3 matchup in that 0-2 round probably, so then they can try and have that win and move to round 4 and maybe
and this is the third world championship. It is. At this point, you're talking about win without asterisks. They're not thinking about what is a win that's not actually a double. Oh, if we get a one game, if we take them to overtime 3 games in a row, would that be a win? Like, I think at this point they're tired of the asterisks. They just want to win. Sure, G2's they have at least 2 more chances against teams that are not G2, and that's great. But they don't have they would love to.
It makes sense to me. I would love to see Limitless come out and just try and match G2.
I want to compete, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to just compete. I want to be the best of their abilities. Like you said, Wade, it's year number 3 for you now. You've had a couple of lands underneath your belt now. You've had an opportunity to play against the best. You have to be able to compete. You might not be able to get the NAQs and keep it ready to eat right now. But you have the experience. You're going to take it to the highest level. Compete, give it your all, and make it a series. Make your region run.
I think it's a really good point that doesn't get brought up enough. That like just how much more these guys, the boys on Limitless, are playing on hard mode. Just how much more difficult it is for them to get to this stage. There are so many fewer.
How long they had to wait for you until it's low? Just to try and sort of bring his region up as much as he could. It's a massive journey, and now he's here, and they are here, and you're right. Perhaps it's time to truly go for it. Other teams for sure. What practice they've ever had that they right now. So about a month of great competition to get them better and better throughout this month. They've probably doubled in skill this month alone. Now they're just going to show it on the field, and they're going to have practice. They know what they want to do, but again, it's G2. We're talking about so it's very critical.
This is one of those series where you want to get the win. It's just, I think you let G2 get at all comfortable. There's no one, the best teams in the world can't beat a comfortable G2. So Limitless they have to come out strong right out the gates.
It's just the underdog story, right? Of you take it one game at a time, but you take it one goal at a time. You gotta figure out if you can. If you get that 1-0 lead, all right, guys, you just have to run the games. You just have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. That is very difficult to do. That's how you have to do it. When you're such a big underdog, you gotta take the small ones. And they just have to pile up over time.
I believe as well, they have to go into this one and say, there's every chance in game 1 is a last outbreaks. That, to me, should have an acceptance that that may well happen, and then you need to take it under pressure.
Tactical timeout, so either doing best of 5s here, not best of 7 like overall championship. So they'll have to adapt very, very quickly.
Okay, well the players are getting ready, Chad. If you haven't already gotten your vote in, hashtag G2, hashtag LMT, Progressive Fan Vote. We will make our predictions up here on the desk as well to kick off the World Championship, kick off the predictions. Cole, the first prediction of RLCS 2024.
I think it'll be a correct one. I'll go with G2. Let's see if I got 100%. 1 out of 1.
Bold. G2, they're the number 1 defense. I think they will give up more respect because I feel like that's where they've been trending. They're trying to figure out more on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side. So the defensive numbers, while great, they have been doing Limitless at least 3 goals. I think they are going to put up some offense versus G2, but G2 should win this comfortably. They should win.
It's G2 3-0, but I will say that this one was squad all the way back to Copenhagen, and it felt like 2 years ago. They went up against LG and OG, some NA teams, and they kept it kind of close against the overtime against OG. Had a 3-1 game, 2-1 game against LG. They can compete, and that was a long time ago. Pre-EWC, pre all the lands they've been at.
Pre-Mobular as well coming over, and
exactly, and just really trying to get that grind
you have to predict G2 if you're putting your money on the line here, folks, but I'm going to go with G2 as well. The coin has 0 money on the line. How does it go? Look at this money on one side. It's right. It literally is the money. Let's see how it goes. Does it go with the underdog? It does not. Even the coin goes with G2 on this one, folks. Chat might. We'll see. We know there's an SSA watch party at home. They're rooting for him here. We've talked a lot about what this match means for G2 situation. You're starting to, it's the start of your tournament. Is there anything that can be gained? What is the value of winning here?
When I talked with them on the bus, and I was like, do you like your early game? They're like, no, but because we're playing Limitless, that's okay. Then we'll get an early day. I think they just want to get through today. Rio, they can go home early, figure out tomorrow, hope for a late game, because they don't like week competition. See how that goes. But G2, just get the job done. That's really all.
Okay, we'll see if they're able to get it done here, chat, as the players are still getting ready out there. I do think it is such a, we've been talking about the story of G2 and how crazy their run is at this point. I mean, it is unprecedented to see a team not miss a grand finals they were eligible for the OCS season. It's even more incredible that the 2 major grand finals they made were in the alternate region across the pond. They had to do some jet lag, and now they're here playing on home soil. This will genuinely be, if they can just make it to grand finals again, this will be a crazy story, especially if they're.
It was like season 9 all over again. That got cut short because of COVID. Everyone's like, G2 would have won that tournament. They would have won World. And that didn't happen, so here's the chance. This is the one. They're the #1
And there, they'll come here to win, and then it lost.
G2 has had a chance to win the World Championship twice. They would love a 3rd chance and to finally close out the deal here. 84% believe in G2, 16% still have faith in Limitless to find a way to create a crazy upset to kick off the World Championship in 2024. Let's get into it, folks. It is time for 6 days of intense Rocket League action. A trophy awaits at the end, and we got to kick it off with the battle of the blue. Limitless on one side, G2 on the other. Get up and get loud. It's game day.
The wait is over. Johnny boy, we are ready to go for game number 1 of the RLCS World Championship.
This is it, and the tournament favorites G2 looking to start off strong against the massive underdogs Limitless.
Here we go. Game number 1, Manfield Night, brought to you by Progressive. What can Limitless bring to the table? Are our G2 go rock and roll and try and set the pace for what they hope to be a 3rd run at a World Championship?
Oh, I'll tell you what, a little bad start from Limitless, looking mechanical with the flip resets. G2 do have plenty of defenders back. That's something we always expect to see from G2. Follow-up challenges, something they're extremely good at. Like Gibbs mentioned, they are the #1 defense in the world. Limitless are starting off on the offensive end, and they're going to test that.
Question for me when it comes to Limitless is how brave are they willing to be? That first player going, yes, they can go and be mechanical. He can do whatever he wants. That next player up, that is where the decisions will have to be made in this series. We already see Snowy. He's got 0 boost, so this shouldn't trouble Beast Mode. It's not all too much. Atomic locks it back down. Beast Mode takes over. Beast Mode in field to Atomic, and to die for keeps it out. Beast Mode will go for a second, and he has turned it in. 1-0.
That looked like a great save to force 1 extra shot from G2, but so often there is 1 extra shot. Sweaty looks like he fell down and you know, maybe stay closer to the back wall. He committed to the back wall there to try and defend. It didn't do that. It kicked back out towards Beast Mode, and G2 do slot those.
Limitless will have to pull out something very special indeed if they are going to get past this defense. He's committed. Sweaty can't afford to make any mistakes. He does not. Demo as well. Lovely cut-off rotation, though, from Atomic. Recognized the danger, covered it incredibly. Daniel clears long, and Sweaty just has to go across.
Ooh, that's a tough touch. He's actually lost control there, Sweaty, but it didn't go too badly for Limitless. You've got to be so careful trying to bring the ball down like that. It can go immediately wrong if you don't get it right. I'm sure all of you watch it know how that feels. I do. I definitely do. I'm thinking, oh, it's gone.
Probably not too much of that later on this week, Johnny boy. A lot of people are looking forward to seeing what exactly you can do on the field.
Don't even worry about it, Shogun. I'm not going to attempt anything as tricky as that. It's going to be
the
simple.
place is well known.
That's going to be simple as you like. Not enough time there to get the shots on target. That's a nice touch middle by Daniel. Limitless are holding their own quite well though here. The 1 goal G2 did score. Limitless put up some resistance, and Limitless have been looking a little bit threatening. Beautiful stealing challenge there by Snowy. G2 are playing this one extremely disciplined. They're not sending the house on every attack. They're keeping the rotation nice and tight. You know, showing the respect to Limitless and making sure they get the job done with as many clean sheets as possible. Gibbs did mention he thinks Limitless will score 3 or more goals. I mean, we've had half a game, so we're kind of cheating here, but what do you think the real number is going to be, Shogun?
I'll say 2.
Okay,
It'll be somewhat harsh.
I kind of agree with you, honestly. I think, yeah, two's a good shot. I'm going to say G2 clean sheet this game. I think they're going to just close it out.
Yeah, I think they both come in the 3rd game. That's where
that's
I'm
a good shout.
thinking it's going to happen. If they are going to do it, though, I think Limitless are going to find a little bit more success. They are using the first man to sort of like immediately send them demos. Just haven't found success yet with the physical gameplay. But if they can, force G2 to panic. That first touch though from Sweaty, that's really let him down.
Yeah, he got back to it really well though. This is good for Limitless. Snowy now with a chance to get something started. That's a dangerous bounce off the back corner. Demo as well, but G2 always have that extra player back, and it's a counter-attack from G2. 2-0. Limitless overstep the mark.
G2 just looking so fluid at the moment. Beast mode already waiting for it, knew exactly where the pass was going to be, and there is the stat padding. Didn't exactly need to be secured, but Daniel will take it.
Well, Limitless have looked competitive so far, but you know that's not what they want to be hearing from us. They want to hear, you know, how impressive their goals were and how impressive it is that they're leading, not trailing by a respectable margin. You know, these guys do take it extremely seriously. Boot camping before events, just like all of the best teams in the world do. The one thing I have been impressed from Limitless so far is their boost management. They've not been boost starved. They've really been keeping their boost in healthy totals. That's difficult against G2. We see G2 regionally very often boost starving some of the best teams in North America, just swarming them and just making them play on 12 to 0 boost, even 20-ish as a max for a long time. Haven't really seen that problem for Limitless in this game.
No, my only issue I got right now with Limitless is every single play is an air dribble. It can work, but it can't be every single thing, because G2 are going to be perfectly fine with that, and you would often say the second man up will be the better positioned.
Yeah, it's what you do after that. That's really where Limitless have to be first to that next ball, because you're going to assume that most of your air dribbles are getting challenged successfully by G2, so you need a follow-up.
Surely somebody, there you go.
On here. Yeah, G2 demo goal for 3-0. And game 1 is going exactly according to plan for them. We've mentioned a few times, game differential does of course matter in the Swiss format, so they're trying to win 3-0 here. 3-1 and 3-2 could give G2 more difficult matches further on in the tournament. Limitless looking to pick up as many games as possible here. It doesn't look to be it's not only the main objective to win the series, the second objective, get some games.
Especially for people joining us for their first ever RLCS event, maybe have not seen how Swiss works before. Limitless are not out, they're not even close to out if they do lose this series. Same for G2, not even that close to getting through to top 8. There is a long process to get through.
Oh, sharp.
This is feeling longer and longer for Limitless. But for Limitless, as you mentioned, getting a game is the big priority here. Because I do believe they are coming into this as the lowest seed, since they are playing against G2. If they can take at least one win, they would then go above any team in this first round that loses 0-3.
Yeah, so Limitless, if they get swept in this round against G2, will face the best performing team who also lost in round 1. And most of us are expecting that to be one of the teams from the Space Station KC match. That's probably the match of this round, at least the most up in the air. Nobody really knows who's going to win that, with KC being out of the LAN team for a while now. Space Station looking impressive. We've also got matchups like Oxygen versus BDS. Oxygen might be coming in here carefree, no pressure this time around. Looks like G2 are going to farm a little bit more statistics, so Daniel making it 5-0. For the early part of this series, though, early part of this game, I should say, it was quite an impressive stand by Limitless, who are causing G2 a couple of problems with their air dribbles. But once G2 realized that that's all that's coming their way, they were able to comfortably win game 1, stifling a lot of attacks, getting counter-attacks started. And Limitless got a bounce back.
Once Limitless didn't really find much success with those air dribbles in the opening 2 minutes, they did need to change things up. I'm hoping that we will see some of that heading into game number 2. But for G2, I mean, Saf, you'll be more than happy. That is exactly how he'd dreamt this tournament started.
CJ's going to be happy as well. Daniel's got a lot of goals there, so that's going to be good for his.
Have you got any players in this one?
For his fantasy team. I don't have any. No, I don't have any players in this matchup. I've got Joyo, Archie, and Clears personally. How about you?
Wow. I've got Zen, Juicy, and Super Lucky. So
Okay, so-
I'm pretty happy with what I got.
We'll have to keep a close eye on that.
Operation not last.
Yes,
We're going yet again.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the ultimate goal. Limitless, looking good early there. Will they be able to keep their mental though? Because it is still devastating to lose 5-0. That, it doesn't matter how good you look at the start of the game. You look at the end game scoreboard. Oh, we lost 5-0.
Yeah.
So, pretty tough on the mental.
Do want to see just something new in this next game. You've got part of it looking great, but you need another 3 or 4 different ways to score if you are going to try and put G2 into any sort of pressure.
I'll tell you what I want to see. So right now, what Limitless are doing, they're air dribbling the ball. Like I said, they, anytime they get a chance to on a bouncing ball, air dribble, and then they mainly get a mid-air 50-50 or one outplay followed by G2 getting the ball with their second challenge for free. I just want to see Limitless drive into the ball and low 50 it. Just complete ground game. Let's just switch it up. We've gone aerial game last game. Let's just go ground game. G2 might have pre-jumped nothing. And just low 50. Try and low 50 it back to your teammate. Try and go for a low 50 over a high challenge. I think that could be a really efficient way to get the same thing. Oh, what save? Hold on a second. Where did Tadipar come from? That looked like it's going to be another G2 1-0. It might still be. It will. Daniel again on the scorecard. But these saves from Tadipar are impressive.
It seems to have been part of the identity of every single G2 squad that we've ever seen, just how free-flowing they are. Once they get offensive pressure, the next player up, the next player up, the next player up. They have never struggled to maintain that possession.
In a matchup like this, I think G2, they can game plan to just give each other space on the pitch. They know that they are not going to need to race into the ball against a team like, let's say, Falcons, who play very closely together on the pitch, and you need your second challenge to come in immediately. Otherwise, it maybe won't arrive in time. Versus Limitless, who are not quite as quick. You don't need to do that. You can just spread out, cover more areas of the pitch, and that's much easier to play with. It's a good thing to try if you and your teammates online are struggling. Just spread out more. It's much easier to play with each other if you're spreading out more. The only problem is it's also easier to play against. So G2 are not too worried about that. I think they're just trying to make it easy for themselves, not really concerned about how Limitless are feeling on the pitch.
Good infield pass, but G2, their rotation at the moment is just leave somebody on the opposite side of the field, let everyone else just cover it. Now Atomic pops the ball up, goes over, Snowy's got him covered. He's taking a bit of time here, and this is where Limitless need to have a little bit more to them, because that third man had to stop in the middle of the field, and that just makes the demo so easy.
Oh, nice back pass by Atomic, beast mode. Bringing it down. We'll talk about Limitless maybe being the team who want to use the ground game a bit more. Beast mode there opted for it on a play that he could have taken into the air. That just shows, as a third man in the position, Beast Mode's just taking no risks. They don't have to take risks. They are by far the stronger team in this matchup. They're, the power rank #1 team in the tournament.
I'm very curious. It was 1.6 for G2,
Yeah.
and it wasn't either of us that didn't put them first.
Good point. Who did that? We need to find out. We need to investigate who did power rank G2 #1.
Wait, well,
I
Gibbs, I know you're listening back there. You know who that was. You can check up on it. And G2 make it 2-0. Looking comfortable.
That's a good finish. I mean, Snowy knocked that into the back corner, making it difficult for Daniel to just get it on target with one touch, but no problem. Daniel just pops it in front of the net to himself, little center ball to himself, gets yet another goal. Daniel is absolutely farming for CJ's fantasy team.
CJ's doing. Did CJ win last time? Who won last time?
No, I don't think so.
CJ just seems to always win these things.
I think he won fantasy, but surely not.
Hope not. Back out. Gibson's saying that they could probably get free. Right now, it's looking quite far away. Atomic Zero Boost just couldn't quite find the wave dash to get him close enough. The Millers are very often being caught with nobody back, but you're 2-0 down. 2-0, it makes very little difference at this point. You've got to go.
I think that if this keeps going the way it could, 2 goals at decent guess, because G2 might let loose a little bit, concede a couple and win something like 5-2, 6-2 in game 3. That is the way this looks, like you said, and I know a lot of you are thinking, wait, you guys are the commentators, aren't you supposed to tell us what teams in the chance? Well, maybe that's a matter of opinion, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think Limitless, with the way that this series is going, are going to win a game.
It peaked very early. The opening 2 minutes look very good. They look very well structured.
Yeah, there are definitely some good aspects.
They're trying to match G2's pace. It seems like that's the decision that they've made for the adjustment. I don't think it was the right decision. They can't match G2's pace. They've just got to sort of soak up the pressure and find the counter-attacking opportunity. As difficult as that is, as much as you don't want to.
I'd love to see a low 50 there from Sweaty. He's trying to flick it over one, but think about it. What's going to happen? Well, okay, maybe you flick it past the first player, but now the second G2 player is going to have it. They're all back. I just want to see a low 50 in that position, keep the ball, you know, in a position that your follow-up players can actually drive onto. Because if you flick it past, I mean, now your teammates are playing catch-up, and the opponents are the players who are actually closer to them.
Oh, Atomic, can he do it? Oh my! Well, Sweaty will not allow us to see the answer to that question. But G2 playing some phenomenal Rocket League.
Just clean. I mean, this is just textbook. They're keeping everybody back. They're helping each other out in defense. They're following up on each other's challenges. And they are never overextending with zero boost. You'll notice that anytime G2 are committing heavily, well, you know, at least rarely, they are going to try to keep a little bit of boost in the tank to recover quickly. Look at Daniel there, landed on the back wall with about 20. That's going to help them rotate right back into defense and help out his team. He actually did just get demoed, so he's not going to help her. Not putting helping anyone at that point. But yeah, G2 just not taking any risks. This is exactly how they should play this matchup. And it's what you come to expect from a team who have been so effective online or on land this season.
They certainly know where they want to be trying to block. Limitless.
Low 50.
Get one by the end of this. No, again, trying for the outplay.
I just want to see that low 50.
It would like to see what?
Little pinch mid pass. Oh, Snowy off the crossbars. Nearly a follow-up out of nowhere. Well, you know, credit to them. I didn't think it was going to amount to anything, but it almost did. If they had got a goal there, that would have been a relevant goal as well, but it looks like G2 are on the road to another clean sheet.
I'm just saying, we do have the Falcons. Just one of my eye warming.
Oh,
they have got it! Well, there's one.
G2 in shambles. What a pass by Sweaty to Diaper.
Oh, the pre-jump! That is disgusting.
He just slotted it past you with a pre-jump. What a goal by Limitless. Now they need a kickoff strat to go their way. Only 2 seconds means they probably have to hit it. Fakes are not going to be effective in this scenario. Yeah, they've tried a point-blank range fake with a close streak behind it. It's worked. They're into the air. This is a real chance. Another pre-jump. Will it work? No, Limitless trying their best. That's a great effort, honestly, to get a chance with only 2 seconds remaining on the clock. But G2, hold on.
That got very exciting towards the end, didn't it?
That came out of nowhere. It looked like we're headed towards another clean sheet. Then Sweaty.
They had it covered.
Mid-pass into dive for a pre-jump. Who had that on their bingo card?
Well, they found something that works. I'm expecting more pre-jumps in the next one. Just a bit of a warning here. We are going to be a little bit a second before we head into game number 3, just so you're not shocked by that one.
I'm shocked.
I mean, you can hear the same producer I can hear. Johnny's okay.
Shocked at you, Shogun. Daniel, top scorer.
How dare I?
He's scored twice. Yeah, like we keep saying, CJ is having a great day at the Fantasy League.
Are you happy for him?
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
what a save.
Saying that is so sad.
Real save by Diaper. He had a great save in game 1 as well. I mean, that was nearly a save as well by Sweaty. I think he got outplayed by the crossbar, in fact. Might have flipped with his wheels halfway off. But honestly, so far, this level that Limitless are showing looks like it will be enough to give some of the other teams in this tournament a real challenge. You know, if they run into to Apex Gladiators, I would expect that to be a real series. Pioneers as well. That's a very interesting series looking at how they're playing right now. And even some of the, if anyone else is underperforming, we've seen it a couple of times. OG hasn't been the strongest land performers. You know, if they have a bad day, Limitless play like they did at the start of game 1, end of game 2, then that's going overtime. That's maybe a game for Limitless. And now, how are OG going to respond to someone else in that situation? I think G2 are just a little bit out of reach, though. They're just a bit too clean, a bit too synergistic in the pitch. And yeah, they just know that, don't they? They're also supremely confident right now.
It is all about either this series or the next one. Get at least a win. The reason why I say that is because we have sort of grouped up 3 teams that we're kind of expecting to be there. You know, you're looking towards Pioneers, Gladiators, and Limitless. But here's the problem. There's always one team that we don't expect.
Yeah.
So you need a win somewhere.
Yeah, if Limitless go to that 0-2 round without winning a game, they will be the lowest seed in that 0-2 round, meaning that they would play against the best performing team in the 0-2 round, which could be, like you said, just one of the teams expected to be contending for top 8, who just randomly ends up in there with you know, a bad round 2 Swiss round. So one game is massive. It might sound like we're just trying to make, you know, trying to invent a reason for you to care about this match that's obviously G2 favored, but it really is huge. If they get one game, suddenly they're putting the pressure on Gladiators, Pioneers, all those other teams who are expecting to get into this I'm liking what I've seen from in person, by the way. Not like a body language expert or anything, but this is good vibes from Limitless. They did finish off game.
That's maybe should really be tricking nails. That's a bad habit.
Is it nervous, you reckon? Just a little nibble. It looks like he had most of the nail there. You know, some people took the big gun at the end, like in tatters, but yeah, looks like he had a cool nail there in place.
That's at least a good start.
We've got Darth Daniel.
He's been learning to fix it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's very serious. Honestly, like if you didn't know anything about Rocket League, if you just showed the face cams right now, the players you say asked him who's winning, they'd probably guess that they're all smiles, which is good to see because they've got to be honest with themselves. They're expected to lose this match with a 3-0. So if they can put up any resistance at all, that's already great. That's good for their tournament trajectory.
And that's obviously G2 have been the best squad. We're expecting them to be the best squad going into Game 3, but anyone that knows their Rocket League history knows for a fact that Game 3 can sometimes go a little bit wild, especially when one team is very, very comfortable. All we have to do is look back all the way to Boston. Vitality are the ones that got stung and lost. I think that one, or is memory going to elude both of us?
It was probably, well, the only loss Vitality had of Boston was BDS.
I mean, one game, sorry.
One game. Could have been a complexity they gave Mega Series. But yeah, Vitality after getting going were unstoppable. That's you know, kind of what we expect to see from teams like G2, who actually historically have not been the fastest starters in this season. I mean, they did go 3-0 in Swiss last time, but not the same story in Copenhagen. A real struggle before hitting bracket, and then they got into, you know, just a better and better rhythm with every passing round. But yeah, Limitless, I mean, they scored the last goal and they created a chance in 0 seconds with a really creative kickoff strat. Fake kickoff, point blank range cheat without flipping. Just drive into the ball, get it up in the air. I mean, that's a super smart way to just create some volatility. And you've only got 2 seconds. It's a big difference from having 4 or 5, where you could just play a standard strat, take it from there. So they really are coming up with some cool ideas here to confuse G2, which is exactly what you need to do if you're against a superior team.
So we have reached the stage where I want to start asking you about today overall. You know, everyone's obviously watching this, wondering like what we're expecting from later on. We already know what we're expecting to be match of the day. KC against SSG. What's next?
Well, I mean, Oxygen. That's
Oxygen BDS. I think everyone with a bit of chaos in their heart. It's just looking at Oxygen just going, please. I've got
Joyo Archie in my fantasy team, so I'm biased on that one. Sorry, BDS, but I'm hoping that you take a slow start.
I would be very upset. He was not happy with Joyo in the last fantasy.
Yeah, the thing for Oxygen is very interesting. They started off in London, obviously, with a ton of pressure on them. They need to make the final of the entire tournament in order to go to Worlds by direct qualification. They're obviously here because Mina2 couldn't be here. There was one extra spot for Oxygen to fill in. But yeah, horrendous start, losing the power, and then from then they just could not play with the confidence that they showed online throughout most of Split 2. But now there's no pressure. They're probably just happy to be here. They didn't expect to be here. Then suddenly they get the last minute invite with there being 15 out of 16 teams and 1 extra space. So if they can come in with no pressure, maybe they can do some. I'm like I said, a bit biased here, as you might be able to hear. I'm trying to think of ways that Oxygen show up and
I think you get blamed for that anyway. Bias or not, I think
bias for Oxygen. Probably. I mean, that should be you guys, surely. They are the full English team.
Yeah, but we just turn on the English players whenever something happens. It's always been the case of us from our country.
If they're doing
I did put down BDS to win the whole event, so...
Okay. Now, if Oxygen are doing well, they're British. If they're doing poorly, they're English. Sorry, Jogan. That's just according to Johnny Boy, not according to any other organization.
What did you have for the overall tournament?
I went with Gentlemates for the tournament. I'm
I
back
switched
in the
away.
bounce back.
I actually had you switch me away.
Yeah, you wanted me to switch it for you. You went Monkey Man. We've got similar ideas, you know. In London, 2022, Seiko went 0-6 to the tournament, lost to OCE South America, got eliminated. Then the next tournament, Worlds, he wins it. So why not happen again is what I'm thinking. The Seiko regain.
Same arena. That is the wild bit to me. There is so many parallels to 2 years ago. Teams, well, one of the teams that we have got right here will at least hope that the parallels stop at a certain point on Sunday at that grand finals.
Oh, I'll tell you, I just realized, by the way, Remember G2 were the team who they were trying to get this over and done with. They don't like waking up early. They're gamers. They usually wake up at 5 p.m. This is they had to get in here at 9 o'clock in the morning. They're probably considering yesterday. Do we just stay up all night? Do we just pull an all-nighter? No, bad idea. Would probably mess with your sleep schedule the rest of the tournament. Don't do that, folks. But if G2 wanted an early day, just a quick 3-0 back to the hotel, nap time, they're not getting it.
Yeah.
Tech issues helping out Limitless.
I mean, if you really at home want to troll somebody, you can say that. Well, G2 and Limitless started about 30 minutes ago, and it's still going on. Let them try and put it in their mind like, wait, where are they at?
Going deep in the tournament. There is a little bit of coach synergy. Both coaches have decided to just
find them a chair, surely.
A little bit. Somebody get these guys a chair. I mean,
a stool,
seriously.
Anything.
Can we get some stools in here for the coaches, please? They didn't expect to have to be standing around all this time. At some point, he's probably going to ask, hey, guys, listen. Sathy's going to be saying, I'm a little bit older than you, young guns. You got to respect your elders. It's like when you're on public transport. You always get up when a granny comes on the train.
Yeah.
I'll give her your seat. Who is going to get up and give Sathi the seat? His legs are followed.
There's no way Daniel's doing it.
Joints, useless.
Which player on G2 do you think would be most likely to give up the seat?
Oh,
not Daniel.
I'm gonna say Atomic. I think Atomic.
I think Atomic as well.
Yeah, if he got any inkling that Sathi
He's the company man.
struggling, please give him a seat. Atomic is a lovely guy. Absolute demon on the pitch. Sweetheart off the pitch.
It's just wild, though, to me. You see
They all
all of
are,
these
actually.
players regarding all these ex-players that are now coaches, and you
Yeah.
can genuinely make like some incredible teams.
Oh, they really would, yeah.
And I am almost getting to the stage where I kind of want to try and think about what team we would put together out of the coaches.
I mean, they just want to get some. Dude, we just need a little bit of trash talk. I'd love to see an NA versus EU coach show.
Oh, put
about
that on the list.
Shall we put that on the to-do list? One in chat if you guys want to see NA coaches against EU coaches.
Do we have to have it only from...
Who do you think would win? We've got, okay, Farah.
We do obviously have Farah.
Farah used to be quite good. No, I don't think he doesn't play enough. His hours are like worse than mine. There's no way. I don't think he makes the team. Is Eversax
Is it only
still
from
SSL?
who's here, or...?
I think Eversax is still SSL.
All right, if we did from the coaches that are here with their teams, who wins?
Okay, so you've got Chrome for Gen G.
I think he loses this.
You don't back Chrome. Rob G. I'm actually pulling up the team list right now. Let's really theory craft this because this has to happen. We need to make this happen. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong button. Hold on.
I did forget about Cassio.
BDS coach Cassio.
We do have an extra team here for Europe.
We do. It's a little bit. Yeah,
but it is Oxygen. I don't know if they bring people with them.
Oh, Fairy Peak is still really good.
Oh.
Fairy Peak is still like top 10 in 2v2 on occasion. I think he's going to be, Fairy Peak's going to be very strong.
About Fairy Peak.
I think Eversax is still SSL, and then surely one of Cassio and Farah can drive in a straight line into the ball still.
Okay, so North America.
Yeah, we'll pass on Oxygen. It's a little bit unfair to them. Okay, Sathu Sad Jr., Torment Pro. Who's making the team there?
Oh.
The good thing is, whichever one doesn't play for this coach, they can just coach coaches.
Can we log the... What we have done is we have turned technical issues into genius.
Oh yeah, there's a game happening there. Wait, no, I'm just so locked in right now thinking about the EU coach versus NA coach. Okay, so this is what you guys need to do.
What about rest of the world coaching?
Oh, we don't. Yeah, rest of the world coach team. I honestly don't know.
I just want to put Marky in. I just want to put Marky in.
Marky in a bit.
Of course.
Yeah, we got Bruno Visky from Sam, former RLCS level player. Dahoud from Balkans, also former RLCS level player.
I don't think it's quite the same standard, but it's not
I mean, actually,
far off.
Mock, the coach for Pioneers, literally played in the last split. They subbed him in. He actually played, and I think the game's actually out. So that might be an easy win. But okay, question chat for all of you who want to see the EU coach versus NA coach battle. Who wins? Eversax Fairy Peak Cassio or Sathu Chrome Torment?
And when the other talent actually, because I know you can hear us. Hopefully you can hear us. I'll be very interested on some of your opinions as well. But I do have good news in my ears, and I can see good news on my screen.
I want to talk about the coaches.
We'll get to it very soon, Johnny. We do have a second cast today, so maybe there is time. We did get into game number 3. Limitless against G2. And Limitless have 1 goal to their name. But Gibbs was saying he was expecting 3.
Yep.
I was saying 2.
I like your prediction so
Are
far.
you changing away from 2 or sticking with me?
Oh, hold on. Let me update you on that second. I'm not sticking with you, Shogun. I'm going Gibbs. Limitless with another early goal. He scored 2 in a row. What a pass middle by to die for. G2 actually panic, and then Sweaty slots it underneath the bouncing Atomic.
I'm so happy for Limitless. I'm so upset for Johnny that he had to leave that.
Yeah, I'm going with Gibbs.
I'm now the bad guy that I'm
3 or more.
almost hoping Limitless don't score again.
I think that makes you the bad.
I think I am the baddie.
I love the ceiling challenges from They're playing with confidence that, you know, the fact they got counter-attacked earlier in the series, but in both games 1 and 2, doesn't seem to be causing them to go a little bit too defensive. Oh, what a drop-down pass, but excellently challenged by Sweaty. Follow-up is there for Limitless. Mid covered by Snowy. This is what Limitless wanted. This is what SSA wanted. I mean, really, if you ask most of the SSA fans, where's the game win going to come? They probably would put this back. Fair enough, warm-up game, real loss. But they are competitive with G2. Beast Mode forced to make another save that was headed towards the top left. Daniel's actually dumped it middle for Atomic, who's there. And now here comes Atomic down the middle. Challenged brilliantly by To Die For. Daniel's there for the follow-up shot. Oh, backflip by Sweaty, but it's not in.
Now Beast Mode off the wall. Takes the challenge. Sweaty gets there in time. Snowy decides to take the boost. A little bit regretting that. They are still stuck in the defensive side of the field. And To Die For just puts that straight back over to Atomic. Again, ever since you have mentioned this low challenge, I keep looking at it just going, yeah, this situation would have benefited. Oh, would have benefited without a miss. Would have benefited without being demoed, but they have still got away with it. Limitless. 1-0, 90 seconds played.
Well, maybe G2 coming off that tech timeout a little bit cold. Maybe they really just don't like mornings. It's starting to become more and more of a question. It's a huge, like, too high, but not too high for Atomic. Too high for the goal, too high for the goalkeeper. Atomic gets on the end of it and ties the game.
It's just one of those things for Limitless. They just don't seem prepared for just how well G2 can hit the ball sometimes.
I mean, that's tough to read. The Daniel ripped
You're not.
that. I don't think when Daniel like this probably just said, whoa, sorry, that's too high. Oh, it's fine. Good play by me. Limitless still looking a lot better than most of the G2 fans, I'm sure, expected them to in this matchup. To Die For has been phenomenal for me. I think I love what I'm seeing from him in particular. Here he is with a chance to make something happen. Tough first touch, he makes it work. That'll do, you know. Getting an airable pass 1 and forcing an awkward first touch from the next, that's a good trade.
G2, however, always happy to kind of lose out with that first player. It makes it easier for the second. Atomic now moves in. The wall, going to take it, try and find the second touch, and not quite what he was expecting. But it has been all G2 ever since the kickoff was completed. Snowy, low 50. Here's the time, here's the time.
Yes! Low 50 again. Excellent. That's exactly what we want. It almost worked. I promise it almost worked. Never mind. I promise you that was a good idea. Hey, listen, you can't be too results-based with your analysis in Rocket League. Just because they got scored on doesn't mean it was a bad idea, ladies and gentlemen. He nearly, almost, got the ball to a teammate. Off the double low 50. Unfortunately, G2 are too good.
That is all Johnny Boy's fault.
Now do it again. If he says, keep doing it. They'll never expect it.
I thought, it's up to Snowy. Actually might be Dame for him, but Snowy's going to try and go the whole way by himself. Reset gained. That's kind of time, actually. They had a player in position that maybe could have pre-jumped that. How far are Limitless willing to go? That was quite a dive in.
Oh,
yeah, this is where it goes wrong for you, because Daniel will turn on the style. 3-1.
Daniel has just played that so perfectly. Chip into the middle, off the wall, and then a pre-flip to shoot it into the open net. That's just too good, too fast from G2. And it has been Daniel today who really has been the standout player. Getting the goals, getting the outplays. We saw him do a little bit more heavy lifting at the Esports World Cup in the absence of Beast Mode. Now that Beast Mode's returned, Daniel continuing to play with that same level.
Beast Mode does leave it for Daniel and then gets demoed for his troubles. Over to the wall again. It's just, you don't need to hit it that time. There is an occasion where you can just let the ball roll a little bit further. That challenge. good half volley. Does hit the ceiling, so it makes life easier for Atomic. Reset, doesn't need it because he's now going to try and follow up that challenge. As Daniel tries to have one more, it was directly to die for. Limitless need 2 goals in the next minute. They will drop to the lowest seed heading into the next round. Snowy, oh, that could have pinched anywhere.
Limitless are still pressing, of course. Looking to cause G2 some problems. To die for. Wanted the little chip double tap there, but Atomic was well positioned to react to it. Didn't go as high as Dipor wanted. Still, overall, are we impressed with what we've seen from Limitless? I think this is a step in the right direction, a big step in the right direction. G2 are just a different level. Oh, hold on a second here. Oh, what a jump by Sweaty!
What a hit!
Oh, Gibbs is right, they got at least 3 goals, but look at the power Sweaty just generated. That is such a technical, awkward aerial shot off the wall. Top bids! And they're back within 1.
You can see it from Atomic's card.
Within 1.
You can see it from Atomic's card. Just
like point blank range cheat, and they've got G2 in a bit of a scramble off the back of it. Sweaty looking to keep this in the danger area. Snowy can pop this middle. No, he can't. Beast mode too quick for him. Final chance for Limitless, or they are going to be sent to the 0-1 round.
that will drop too far away from Limitless. G2 have got the job done. They will be top seed heading into the next round of Swiss. And they can now go and relax for the rest of the day and let everybody else worry about the stress of going into the Swiss Abyss.
You know, top seed in 1-0 round doesn't, I think, matter as much as lowest seed in the 0-1 round, because, I mean, that just projects you to play the winner of SSG Carmine Park. You know, it's going to be a tough match. It doesn't matter who you're playing in the 1-0 round. G2 are going to have to step it up a bit tomorrow. I think, you know, Beast Mode is a little bit quiet, maybe coming back to the tournament scene after one tournament off. Didn't really see as much from him as we're used to seeing from him, but we didn't have to. You know, Atomic did Atomic things, and Daniel was MVP for me of that match. To die for on the other side, I'm very impressed with him in particular. Great goal by Sweaty at the end there. Passing in the final third from Limitless. The grit to keep going when they're down 2-0 with 10 seconds left. 3-1 with 30 seconds left. They just kept going, and that's exactly what we want to see from them. Looking good. Very good start for Limitless, and I think G2 will be happy with the win. He'll be even more happy to hear. I can see Leafback standing by with Daniel. That's going to be interesting to hear what he's going to say when we head over to him.
Well, let's have a look through the highlights before we get over to that. As we did see, Limitless, they did their absolute best. They really brought the fight after what was a bit of an extended pause. There's G2, starting as they mean to go on. They consider themselves championship protagonists. Struggle to find anyone that can say no. Leaf is up with Daniel.
That's right, first interview of the World Championship here. We got Daniel. How are you doing? I heard you guys aren't really morning gamers. Are you awake yet?
Kinda. I'm still very tired.
Hey, it's good to be able to get one out of the way, though. Do you feel like a match like this was a good chance to kind of get you in the rhythm? Because it has been some time since, you know, the one major and that. People were playing between that, but it's been some time since LCS.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have like an easier match to start off, just get ready, just to like get ready for like on the stage. So yeah.
Can you talk to me about SSA then? Because, you know, between EWC and now, I feel like we definitely see these teams have a good drive and getting better. Obviously, some ways to go to hit the top dogs here. Talk to me about the region and a team like Limitless.
I mean, they're only a solid team, and they get better every event. So, I mean, they just got to keep grinding, and when they get here, just scrim good teams, and they'll keep getting better over time.
Now, obviously, you're going to have yourselves ranked a lot higher than I did on the power rankings, so spoiler. I just kind of put everyone in a mix there and had you guys at number 5th there, so disagree if you'd like. But talk to me about those other top teams. Do you feel like it is actually a close competition?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely close. I think there's probably like 5 or 6 teams that can win. I would say us, Falcon, Gentle Mates. I think KC can win. Then maybe like Genji, maybe if they're picking or something. Oh yeah, BDS.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition in there. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to keep you too much longer here, but just tell me now, because I feel like overall, I've seen you having more fun with these events. Do you feel like you're going into this a lot better and being able to open up a lot more now at these events?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, every line event I definitely give more.
Hey, well, I'm gonna let you go, maybe take a nap or something, but congratulations on the first win.
Thank you.
to match 2 in our very first day of the World Championship. And Team Falcons will take flight up against Apex Gladiators. Another matchup, James, that seems to be one-sided, but you play the games for a reason.
Oh, certainly. Gladiators, I don't think you want to count them out. They are very talented players in their own right. But we're talking about the Falcons. Stacks, I don't know about you, but I think the Falcons have looked like the best team outside of the actual finals, playing in the grand final.
Right.
They have looked like the most threatening, unstoppable team in the RLCS.
And I think the story here definitely would be TRK, who has been so close several times to winning a LAN, not just in the RLCS, but in his homeland as well. Getting to finals, getting close to finals, yet to take that next step. But he's right on the verge of it, and this is his best shot with the Twins by his side.
Yeah, and the MENA MVP as well. I think fully recognized as that. TRK, like you said, Stacks, getting to finals under the Falcons banner, but with different teammates along the way. TRK, he is so good, but really, for me, the Falcons, the question is, will they be able to get to a final and perform at the level that we've seen them in the past? This has been the quickest team out on the field. You just watch the pace of play that they have. Also, their defense is insane. If you remember the Twins playing under Rule 1 in Boston, one of the craziest defensive performances that we have ever seen. This team is so stacked. They not only have the defensive chops, but offensively, they are so good. But the Gladiators, they're going to have their hands full, Stacks. It's going to be a long journey they've got ahead of them.
All over on the other side, Apex Gladiators, who, again, narrowly earned their spot. They just edged out Elevate to get to London, and by virtue of that, get to the World Championship. And they're led by Apex statistical leaders, especially Vert. On the offensive and defensive side, he's got an all-star cast alongside him as well. And APAC, another region, when we talk about SSA and APAC, looking to make that next step on the international stage.
Though formerly on side, we've seen him even team with world champions like Scrub Killa before. Moving over to the APAC region to supplement this Gladiators roster, it's helped put them over the top, secure this world championship spot. But you mentioned the statistical leader, Virtuoso. You even saw his, media day fist pound into his. I think to me that represented his demos. He loves to demo. He's been known for it all the way back on Endpoint when he really set the meta with how many demos he was able to effectively utilize. But then also, you can't count out. That's not Marky Duda. That's Maxu. Marky Duda is the coach, world championship winner as well back in season 2. Marky Duda standing in the back, but that was Maxu gonna be rounding out that Gladiators roster, and I think many people looking at this matchup thinking that, oh yeah, this is gonna be a heavy favorite. Just like the Limitless G2 game, a lot of people expecting Team Falcons to take this series, but I don't think you can really count them out. Gladiators, they have good players that can be competitive even against the Falcons. So if the Falcons are caught sleeping or they don't bring their A game, Gladiators could catch them sleeping.
Well, this is a Gladiators team that you especially have some personal experience with, James, because you hosted them as part of their preparation for this event. You've seen them. What are the prospects here against the mighty Team Falcons? Of course, you could vote in the chat as well. Use the hashtag FLCN if you back Team Falcons, and hashtag GG if you believe in the Gladiators.
So I did get to see them scrim. I did get to see them play in ranked against all of the top talent that's over here in North America, preparing for this world championship. And they can play. They can hang. This is a series that is winnable for Gladiators. But I think the challenge is Team Falcons, when they are playing up to their potential, even at 90% of their potential, it feels like they're untouchable. They're so fast. You just can't catch them. The only time we've seen people catch the Falcons really is, we saw some crazy kickoffs from K-Corp in Copenhagen, and then, just the unbelievable level of gameplay you have to bring to knock them out. And then even in Rio, we saw them make it to the finals where they kind of crumbled a little bit. But Falcons, once they get to that finals, they do seem to lose a bit of their edge. But outside of the grand finals, Stacks. Oh my goodness. This is probably the last team I would want to play if I was competing out here in the World Championship.
They got a Falcons team where everybody averages over a goal a game. That's a rare feat throughout the season. Of course, again, you think about the competition that they get to face throughout their regular season. There aren't a lot of teams in their region that can stop them. But they've also proven on the international stage, not many teams can slow them down very effectively. But the big question isn't, can they do it here in the Swiss stage? Can they do it early on? Is in our progressive fan vote, 84% backing Team Falcons, and for good reason. The question's going to be, can they do it as the event goes on? They're pretty much a shoo-in to get out of Swiss. Will they get out of the bracket early, or can they make a run on the stage here at Dickies Arena? You got to get out of the Swiss Abyss first. Falcons, Gladiators, our second match of the day, about to get underway. Game one on Manfield, brought to you by Progressive, and our World Championship rolls on.
All right, we'll see what the Gladiators bring to the table here against Team Falcons. For the heavy favorite we saw in that Progressive fan vote. Lots of people recognizing, oh, and already it starts early. You can see, though, did not expect this second touch. Killers fakes high, goes low. That time he keeps going. Maxu tried to take the touch. Killers, no respect, keeps going, tries to... Had zero idea that was coming. One, he was probably expecting Maxu to get more of a touch on it. Or he's get a 50. Never in a million years was expecting that follow-up shot from Killers.
Did not take long at all to get one on the board for Team Falcons, and now another headed towards that net as well. Pinched all the way downfield. TRK gets credit. 2-0, and the ball just keeps rolling.
You saw Vert was trying to control the ball down to the ground, but thanks to this lovely update and being able to see the boost meters on people's name tags, you saw he had nothing to get back to the ball. And both of these goals coming from the result of Team Falcons giving no space, no respect, and just smothering Gladiators.
Another headed towards the Gladiators net. Just narrowly missed, but the follow-up is going to be blocked back, and that forces Killers all the way back. So a rare defensive stand needed for Team Falcons as Virtuoso sent packing back towards his net. And for Gladiators now, already facing a massive uphill climb here, just a minute gone by. And I don't want to say things are looking hopeless, but things are going about according to plan for the Falcons.
And what we're seeing from Falcons as well, Stacked, is they are not shying away from having somebody jump early and trust they're going to go get the hit. They're not worried about overextending. They're saying, oh, listen, we can send that first man in, and we trust whoever's back will be able to stop an odd man